Brentford is an interesting opponent.
No, it's an easy opponent.
There's no way you can convince me to say that Man City can win this.
Jesus on the turn, yes!
Tomiyasu, Ben White, Odegaard, they're not game changers for me.
Saka 3-0! Bruno Fernandes misses!
Oh, I think that was a Bruno Fernandes penalty just
Oh
landing.
my god. Oh my god.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything, but actually we know nothing. It's been a mammoth match week 6 where there was so many different storylines that happened. Former European champions failing to beat a bus stop in Hounslow, Arsenal painting North London red, and did anything else important happen this week? Oh, I think that was a Bruno Fernandes penalty just landing.
My god. Oh my god. Ayo.
That's the other thing that happened this week, I think. Yeah, so of course Manchester United lost at home to Aston Villa. Thanking my sister for helping with that introduction.
I was going to ask, who the hell
God.
Who the hell?
By the way, it was supposed to hit my head, so yeah, I mean, we practiced a little bit just now before we started.
Wait. This is the peak of our podcast.
Today, of course, we are very well prepared for this episode. None of us watch many games. Liverpool fan Inran, Newcastle fan Manjun, Robin, Chelsea fan who was so prepared he actually went on a cruise to nowhere, and I myself, Mark, I'm a Fulham fan.
Escape
Now
reality, man.
So, of course, yeah, Manchester United lost at home against Aston Villa. Lots of people, a lot of anti-Manchester United people, very happy. In the past week, they've lost to Young Boys. They've lost to West Ham, got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. Now they've lost against Aston Villa. What the hell is going on with Manchester United?
I still feel there's no need to worry about anything. There's like 32 more games left in the season for Cristiano Ronaldo to score 32 goals. So I think that is completely fine. Yeah, I mean, it's not like they didn't do well in the game. I didn't watch it, but based on the stats, seems like they dominated. So, I mean, at least they're creating chances. You know what I mean? And Ronaldo is bound to score. So, I think no cause for worry, Man U fans.
Okay, I guess maybe can ask Robin, Ole has spent the last week trying to channel his inner Fergie by complaining about referees, a certain manager at Liverpool, trying to influence referees and all that. I mean, he did get what he wanted. Manchester United did get an injury time penalty. Unfortunately, we all know what happened.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised that he took the kick instead of Ronaldo, who was on the pitch, right? So yeah, I was very surprised that he took it and relieved that he blasted it over. I was joking with my friend, he was watching it on cast. I was joking that he's going to blast it over, and Man U's going to lose. When it really happened, I just kept laughing my ass off. Couldn't help it. But I think, yes, I agree there is no big concern. He did try to have his last minute penalty, but too bad. Trusty Fernandes didn't score. I think he should be more concerned about the injuries to Shaw, and I think Maguire also got subbed out quite early. So I think that those are bigger concerns potentially for the season. See how bad they were. Otherwise, I think, yeah, it's probably just a bad day at office. I think they just need to bounce back.
I think most Manchester United fans would say they would have bet their house on Fernandes scoring. Unfortunately, that was a bad pun. Didn't even get noticed. I guess probably have to ask Imran, going forward, surely it must be CR7 taking instead of Bruno Fernandes, or is that a bit harsh?
No, I feel like CR7 gonna take it from now on. This one is just maybe, you don't want to disrupt the team too much, right? You don't want to be just because Ronaldo joined, the focal point is gonna be on him or what. I think they were still trying to have some semblance of teamwork in the squad and cohesion, right? So don't just give him the penalty straight up, I mean, since Bruno hasn't missed before this, I think, is it? Or
I think he missed once. I think it was against Newcastle somehow.
Yeah, or at least his penalty record was quite good. So I don't know. I guess they can use this now as an excuse to let CR7 take the penalty from now on.
Ole, this time he was complaining that Emi Martinez, a little bit of shithousery on his part. Bruno Fernandes was getting ready to take the penalty. He was asking him why isn't Cristiano Ronaldo taking the penalty instead. I think has to get a lot of credit. I guess got into Fernandes' head. He didn't even do his normal stutter and then shoot. He just went completely for power and completely missed. That's why the ball just landed behind me just now. Okay, I guess should Ole come under pressure?
I mean, it's not time to panic yet, I would say. And they've stuck him for so long already. This isn't his worst run, so
Get worse.
Yeah, it could get worse. I think we mentioned last week Aston Villa's on the rise, right? So they just made like a pretty good team in a bad time, no?
I guess we have to mention North London is red. Arsenal beat Tottenham 3-1. The game was basically done within the first half an hour. I did watch the game. It was very frenzied first half an hour. It didn't seem like one of those games where the game just completely got away from Spurs. Like they didn't start well, and then Arsenal happened to just go at them, happened to score with almost every opportunity that came. Does this mean that Arsenal have already turned their season around?
I mean, they're meeting Spurs at a bad, like Spurs is like hasn't been playing well the past few weeks, and the previous few wins are also just 1-0 against Burnley and Norwich, right? So I don't know, but of course this can be the catalyst for them to go on a run moving forward. They're already on a mini run. But I think that's the thing. We haven't seen that from Arsenal before. It's like always up and down. They can do well one week and then the next week they suddenly just lose to small teams.
Robin has been quite, I guess sort of a casual supporter of Arteta. He has said Arteta in quite a few times. I guess this sort of does validate your view that, maybe it's not quite so bad with Arteta at the helm.
Yeah, man. I mean, I want to see him given more time and having a clearer run in terms of his injury luck. So I think for this match at least, it becomes quite clear that this is his best starting 11. The one that started the first half so bloody good. And on paper, when you look at it, I think I agree that this is probably his best 11 right now. The wild card, crazy to say it, is actually Aubameyang. Not even Granit Xhaka, right? I mean, that one we kind of know. But Aubameyang, if he scores, then I think Arsenal have a good game straight up, right? But if he starts missing everything, then everybody starts to drop their morale and Saka has to carry. But yeah, I think their midfield looks exciting. The young midfield three, Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, they look exciting. They look really good. And they should be very important for their attack. Where at the back, of course, I'm always an advocate for Thomas Partey. A lot of people are quite skeptical about him, but I think from his brief appearances before his injuries last season even, I always have faith in him performing well. So I think his key is just to stay fit. Again, I mean, apparently people start to love Aaron Ramsdale now. Like we were all joking about that signing, but then now people start to love him. So good for them. I think this bodes well for us now, bodes well for the competition. And we'll see how long they can keep this run going.
Wait 1 week. I guess one player I was very impressed with was Takahiro Tomiyasu. I feel like it doesn't feel like he's new in the league. His passes quite crisp. I don't know how to say the word. Very good passes. Yeah, and I think there's just something about him that's different. Yeah, Odegaard was terrific. But then it seemed like he had a lot of space. I don't know whether it's really he's good or is it Spurs giving too much leeway.
Yeah, it's both ways, right? Actually, Spurs were terrible.
Yeah, every time Partey or somebody make a pass through, then Odegaard is free. That's it. Oh, maybe it's Arteta's game plan. I don't know. But I think up to this point, it's probably Spurs just lazy. Yeah.
And this is I think the third game in a row, Spurs conceded 3 goals in the Premier League.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Really?
That was just that I was going to use, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could it be that it's sort of a mistake holding on to a Harry Kane who clearly doesn't really want to be there? They could have sold him, bought in new players, moved on from Harry Kane. It's a bit like staying in a relationship that you know is toxic and you still stay on anyway.
Yeah, actually I really don't get that whole saga and why you want to keep a player who obviously wants to leave. It's what's the point? You can get him for this amount now. It's the last chance you have of getting such a big sum for him, right? But you force him to stay and then you expect him to perform as well or even better as the previous seasons. So I really don't get the logic behind that. Why would they rather keep an unhappy player that may not perform and forgo all that money instead of just using that to rebuild since he's not even that young anymore? So
say they sell Harry Kane this winter, I don't think he'll go for as much also.
That's half price, yeah.
Yeah, half price.
One steal
next year, then get him.
Is this more of Spurs level? Initially they did have the first 3 games they won in the season. Now is this more of what we should expect from them?
Yes, I think the first 3 games were unconvincing. 1-0 wins. It's not very Spurs-like, not even under Jose Mourinho. And then when Harry Kane comes back, he's not even motivated and you can see that he's not performing, but you still want to play him because he's a big name, right? England captain and all. I think Spurs are in disaster lah, and their midfield is also really not good. He keeps trying to fit Dele Alli in, but that guy has also lost it already. They are a mess. They are a real mess.
Okay, I guess maybe last question to Manjun. Like, previously when we started watching, Spurs were like a mid-table team. Is that where they've sort of regressed to already? Like all that past like 10 years, where they peaked and reached the Champions League final, that's all now going to be just in the past already.
I mean, it shouldn't be, right? Technically, they kept most of their players they have from the Champions League final. Son is there, Kane is there, Rojo is there, Dele Alli is there.
Lucas Moura.
Yeah, Lucas Moura. Technically, they strengthened their central midfield with Højbjerg, so technically it shouldn't be so bad. I don't know. Remember I was saying like maybe Arsenal will get top 10. Now maybe Spurs will get top 10. So
Yeah. Just 6 games in and they are level on points, so nothing. I mean,
but must see momentum lah. Must see the P equals to MV.
yeah lah, but the momentum is only
Wow.
the momentum is just
Sick.
the momentum is just at this point in time. It won't be the same throughout the season.
Yeah, that's true. But then Arsenal, you can't count on momentum lah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's up and down for them. Chelsea, Man City lah. I think we haven't even talked about that. Even though that is, I think, the biggest game this week. Even though I wouldn't really say it's an upset. I don't think anybody will be quite like very surprised that Man City won, because they are still like sort of one of the front runners in the title race. They've had a bad few past games, right? But their squad is always good.
I guess maybe I have to ask the Chelsea fan, obviously disappointed with the result. I mean, there are also now a little bit of people saying, Lukaku, a bit of flat track bully, doesn't really show up against the big teams. Unfair criticism?
I think so for now. It's maybe more of a tactical failure in this match on Tuchel's part, like not changing it sooner than he should have. But at the same time, it is Man City. I was always a little afraid of this match. Like it was either going to be a 0-0 or a 1-0 either way, right? And I'm not surprised it went to City because Chelsea haven't been, at their best. Like very inconsistent. Like within a game, you can have game of 2 halves, that kind of match. Kind of like the one against Spurs. So that was dangerous. I think they gave City quite a lot of control, and apparently Bernardo Silva had an amazing game. So yeah, Man City just showed what they were made of. They really can still do the job, especially against big teams. I don't know how Southampton did it. How they defended and set back, right? But I think it's still too early to ring the alarm bells, especially for Chelsea's quality. But yes, I am worried that the flat track bully thing becomes true, which I hope it's not.
This is the first time Thomas Tuchel's team in the Premier League has gone 0 shots on target.
Oh, they did? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is probably the first weakness we are seeing in this Chelsea team in quite a while.
Yeah, I would
I don't know what kind of sound was that. Okay.
I mean, did they not play with Mason Mount the week before? I think it's the first time he started like two up front completely. Did he ever do that?
I think so. This might be
With
the first
Werner
time.
with Werner.
Yeah, first time they started. Right?
So I'm not sure. Is it because they don't play well together? I mean, on paper they should, right? Both are fast. One is small, one is big. It's the typical Michael Owen, Peter Crouch combination. So technically it should work.
I'm sure everyone aspires to be Peter Crouch, but okay.
What sort of combination was that?
Not even Heskey, this guy.
Legendary duo.
Legendary duo. It's called so many goals for England. Yeah. I don't think it matters that much for Chelsea. Okay, end of the day, people can still say they're gelling, they're bringing Lukaku in. So maybe probably same as Man U lah. Need to give their new signings time.
Okay.
Wouldn't raise any alarms now.
Brentford 3, Liverpool 3. I actually didn't expect it to be this exciting as it was. I mean, 6 goals, hard to not be exciting. It was a team performance lah. It's hard to pick out any Brentford player that didn't play well. Across the back line, Ayer, Pontus Jensen and Ethan Pinnock all quite good. Robin also did mention last week he was interested to find out how Ivan Toney and Brian Mbeumo were supposed to, go up against Van Dijk. Pretty much, I think, having scored 3 goals, you can say that they did pretty well.
I think Lukaku needs to watch and learn from Ivan Toney. Like, oh my God. But yeah, I think this is a very good match. I think we were quite excited for this. Although we did expect Liverpool to win, still, Yeah, Brentford proving to be the new neutrals favourites, like for sure. I think maybe now they have the surprise package factor coming into the league that could be helping them. But I think their manager is also quite exciting, very passionate dude, quite nice to watch. And I mean, fair play to Brentford, man. They never gave out and scored a late equaliser.
I guess puts a little bit of Brentford's first match week win against Arsenal a bit into context. Maybe now that's not so much of a surprise. Now even Liverpool failed to win at Brentford. I guess have to go to the Liverpool fan. Surely you weren't in a million years going to guess that Liverpool were going to concede 3 goals against Brentford.
Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure no one saw that coming. I think it's really just meeting Brentford at the peak of their powers. Like they have, I think this season they've been riding, their momentum has been quite good. And I think it was just like a good game from them, a bit of like comical defending from Liverpool. I don't know. I was mentioning just now how a lot of the goals were just, I don't know, the ball was sort of bouncing around in the penalty area and no one really cleared it properly, those sort of things. And kudos to Brentford, because I see a lot of these goals. Every time I think they are behind or what, right? Like they actually send a lot of people forward. Like every time the goals happen, right, there were a lot of Brentford players in the penalty box. So they were there to take their chances, and that they were willing to go on the front foot in those cases.
I think Thomas Frank, the Brentford manager, did mention they sort of identified a weakness from Liverpool's backline. They did target the far post each time they had a free kick or a corner near there, and they sort of outnumbered Trent or Robertson, whichever side the free kick came on, and that kind of worked. I guess I think it was 2 out of their 3 goals were from a set piece. So I guess they do have some sort of strategy going into it. Probably have to ask Manjun, still concerned about Brentford's ability to stay in the league?
I guess this cements it lah. They're probably not going to get relegated, let alone last place. So, I mean, at this point of time, it's hard to see Norwich getting any points lah. So
okay.
But as a Newcastle fan, it pains me to see how well Ivan Toney is doing. Like how we always don't give youngsters a chance. Yeah. This dude, even though he's not very tall, but see, he seems to win every fucking header. His height is at 179. He's not 180. And Van Dijk is at 190 odd, right?
Yeah.
So
179,
kind of surprised.
Not very short also, right?
Yeah, but then
he's not a Messi lah.
Yeah.
or Messi different, not Messi. Yeah.
It's like how Diogo Jota, I think he's like quite short also.
But then I don't think Diogo Jota can win a lot of area duels with Van Dijk.
Yeah.
So,
but five of his 12 goals for Liverpool are from headers, so that's almost half his goal record.
Impressive stat to know off the top of the head, but okay.
I mean, around there, may be wrong, but I know it's a lot of headers.
No, it's okay. The confidence is important. I got it, so we can go to our predictions for match week 7. I guess we can start with undoubtedly the biggest game of the weekend. It's the last game of the weekend. Liverpool face Manchester City. Already Liverpool are top of the table. Man City, were outside the top 4 before this weekend, but because of the results, I think Man City are second. Yeah, well, they're at least tied second on 13 points with 4 other teams. Okay,
even for the Chelsea-Man City game, right, it was always going to be a close game, and it was fine margins. It's just 1 goal. It could easily have been a 0-0. And I think for Liverpool-Man City games, it's going to be like that also. It's going to be scrappy. It's going to be like both teams are going to be up for a fight, and it can go like 1-0 either ways. I still have confidence that Liverpool going to win, but if they don't, and even if they lose, it's like no one will really blame either side unless you really like capitulate and like get wrecked. But if it's just close margins, this kind of thing is very hard to predict. If you're at that level, right, like it's very hard to separate these teams.
I mean, I did predict the previous Man City Chelsea to be a draw lah, because I thought maybe both teams will be a bit more cautious. I don't think Liverpool will play cautiously at Anfield. So I'm expecting goals. Maybe not 3 goals, because I think Man City more tight than that. Go for 2-2.
Wow, okay, that's pretty high scoring. I'm going to go draw here. I'm going to go for a lower scoring one. 1-1. Will Man City not playing a striker, well, they don't really have a striker now, against Liverpool hurt their chances?
Yeah, it might, because I think Liverpool should be able to defend against the way City plays. Instead of the striker area, I'm more concerned about the fullback. I'm more interested in the wings, right? Whether Foden and Grealish can trouble Trent and Robertson enough. I think that'll be quite an interesting place to look at. Central forward-wise, I don't think Van Dijk and whoever plays with him, whether Matip or Konate or even Gomez, I don't think they'll have big problems against Jesus, probably. Probably Jesus would play. So yeah, I think it's more on the wings and how they get chances from there lah. Yeah, but I think seeing Man City's performance against Chelsea, they should be quite worried. Okay, I think there'll be goals on both sides. Hopefully it'll be an open, exciting game, full of counter-attacking play. I think City might edge this one, even though it's at Anfield. I'm going to go for 2-1.
Wow, okay. Man City winning back-to-back away games against title challengers.
I can't see Liverpool losing. They are currently actually on longest unbeaten streak in like the top 4 leagues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like 15 games or something.
Do you remember when their previous defeat was?
I don't
remember
know.
when their previous defeat was.
When was that?
Why?
It's
Why
the Fulham win at Liverpool. Championship mention tick.
Yeah. Hope Liverpool win, so I'm going to go for Liverpool win. 2-1.
The other Merseyside versus Manchester match, Manchester United are at home against Everton.
They did lose to Aston Villa, right, last week. So maybe it can be part of the Kazu curse for Man U. I don't know if Everton, they're strong enough to beat Man U or not. I mean, impressive lah, without their top 2 players, with Rondon up front, with Rory Gray, they're still doing well to keep afloat. Yeah, more than keeping afloat at their top 5. Maybe more blip lah for Man U for me here. May I go for 1-1?
I think Man U will win quite comfortably actually. Because like you said, last week Everton were missing a few of their key players. So I assume not all of them will be back. Yeah, but just that last week they were against a really shit Norwich. So so in the end that didn't count for, like, all the missing players didn't matter. But obviously against Man U, who already dropped like points last week, they are gonna be more motivated to want to win this week. 3-0 Man U.
Will Man U get any penalties here?
I don't think so. No, I think it'll be a cross and then a header by like some clown. I don't know.
Some
clown.
Then Ronaldo pounds on the tap in.
You know, Phil Jones is no longer starting regularly for Man U, right?
Varane, oh shit, they're just calling him a clown. 2-0 for me, Man U.
I think it's time to keep Ole at the wheel. You know, we still want him in the job. We don't want him to lose again and then get sacked. 3-1 Man U.
Maybe I'll go for the hipsters wet dream lah. I'll go for West Ham against Brentford.
Okay.
So, I know.
Are you a hipster, by the way?
No, I'm on neither bandwagons this season. Yeah.
Okay.
It will be a shame for any of these 2 teams to lose for me. So naturally, I will go towards a draw. But a bit boring. So I think West Ham will win. Wow, did the analysis of that? Okay, I think West Ham got Antonio back. Antonio scoring again. Should be fine. Yeah, I'll go for a close West Ham win. I'll go for a 2-1 West Ham win.
But West Ham do have a little bit of tendency of not taking their chances to win against easier opposition. You know, they drew against Palace, drew against Southampton. I think that will continue here. I'm going to go 1-1 West Ham Brentford.
I will go for a West Ham 2-1.
Is it because you have Antonio in your team? The FPL?
Yeah, I just added him, but I think he will show.
Red card. Time to -1 again.
Wow, I become the jinx. I become the jinx for Antonio. But he will show who is the true physical striker in this game.
I think Antonio declared for Jamaica already though.
Oh yeah, that's
serious?
true. Oh yeah, but he also never go and play for them. I think maybe Ivan Toney should also go and declare for Jamaica lah. Wow, that's
even like he's available for Jamaica, but okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for 1-1. Spurs, Aston Villa is quite an interesting game. For people who want to see Spurs suffer. Similar to last week, it's like how Arsenal coming into this on the rise, Spurs like on the wane. And then I think it's going to be a similar thing this week. Maybe just not as big a difference in the scoreline. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go 2-1 Aston Villa.
Don't know. To me, if Son is playing, they got every chance of winning lah. Someone is their home stadium, right? So maybe Harry Kane. Okay, I don't think so. I think Harry Kane just suck until the end of the season. So, or maybe until mid-season. So, I think Nuno has to get fired first before they change their ways. So, I go for a Villa win. I go for a 3-0 Villa.
1-1.
Surprisingly, maybe I don't think Nuno will get sacked. Is it still too early? You know, it's only been 7 games. But it really looks very directionless from Spurs. It already looks like this season is already a write-off already so early in the season. Aston Villa 1-0 win. Arsenal against Brighton.
Let's go.
Oh.
Yeah, Brighton at the Amex Stadium. They could have gone top of the league. Unfortunately, they drew 1-1 against Crystal Palace. But they are still part of the group of teams on 13 points.
The best midfielder in the league won't be playing this game. So they'll start. case you don't understand, is David Basuma. Is David Basuma? What's his name?
East Basuma.
He is Basuma, yes. I remember last year I said, right, for this game, it was like Danny Welbeck's coming back party, homecoming, and they got screwed, I think. But this Brighton is different. This Brighton is resilient. It's better. So, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 Brighton win.
I shall support the Arsenal fight back. Their mini recovery continues with a win here. I back their youngsters to continue to shine. But Brighton will make it hard. So I think it'll be a 2-1 Arsenal win.
Why not lah? Arsenal fans come back to social media. 3-1 Arsenal.
Don't want Arsenal to win so much.
Okay.
It's not like not very fun anymore.
Let him enjoy until Christmas or something.
Christmas? I think enough later. Children's Day enough later.
I think I'll go for a draw. 1-1 draw.
Let's go Crystal Palace Leicester then. I think they're quite interesting. Crystal Palace still doing decently. They haven't lost in a while. Conor Gallagher still turning up, assisting, winning penalties. My man. Then Leicester are again struggling. Can't win. What the hell? They just can't win. All of us wanting them to win, but they just can't do it. It could put Brendan Rodgers in trouble, or at least people have to start questioning, like, is it him or what the hell is really wrong in Leicester?
They did have a lot of possession, a lot of attacking sequences and all that, but like whenever Burnley didn't go forward much, right? But whenever Burnley did go forward, it seems like Vestergaard and Soyuncu didn't really know what to do with Matthias Vidra and Ashley Barnes. Yeah, I'm also going to keep predicting Leicester to win until they win. So I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester here.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose this game. It'll be a 1-0 Palace win.
Very uncertain, so I'm just going to go for a draw.
Okay.
Go for a boring 2-2 maybe. Yeah.
Boring 2-2. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not boring.
Not exactly boring.
Own goal
No,
by Vardy,
I mean, draw is boring, 2-2 not boring.
Yeah, I think he was spoiled a little bit by the 6 goals at the weekend.
Okay, I'll have to go with Crystal Palace. Gonna stick with my Loney. I'll go for 2-1 Crystal Palace.
Well, at this point, right, like some Conor Gallagher fanboy.
I can't help it. He's really quite
when it's
good.
Crystal Palace against Burnley,
Yeah.
he's gonna go crazy. Don't know Chris Wood or don't know Conor Gallagher, I tell you.
Round up the match week 7 predictions. Start first with Conor Gallagher's parent club, Chelsea, at home against Southampton. We start with the Chelsea fan.
Let's go 3-0 Chelsea. Let's go. Flat track bully's gonna smash them. Let's go. We
I
can do
think he's gonna
it.
smash them, man. Really. Jack Stevens Bayside. But anyway,
Revenge, yes.
yeah, I think I'll go for 4-0.
Wow.
No way lah. No way lah.
I'll go for conservative 2-0. You can go 2-0 Southampton then.
Wow, nice.
Walao. Oh, it takes
We are here for the
red card.
lols.
Red card.
Yes.
Lukaku red card. He go headbutt somebody. Yeah.
Well, then later you see the following week, Robin come back with a -2 on Lukaku.
I'll
-2.
cry, man.
Captain,
I'll be-
captain -4. Love it.
I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea also. Go to Manjun. I don't know if he was watching the Wolves Southampton game to scout out his opposition
Wolves,
next,
okay.
but Wolves
Oh,
are
not
at
at
home
all
against Newcastle.
Walao eh. They got a motivated, confident Raul Jimenez. I scared, yeah. It's about time we need a win lah. We need a fucking goddamn win. I waited too long already.
It's just 6 games.
6 games very long already.
Include last year. No?
Walao, and
Actually,
we
I thought
suck.
you'd be quite used to this. This is the 6th time that Newcastle have gone their first 6 games in the league without winning.
a bit
That's a
used to it
record, by
lah.
the way.
But I have no more time to lose. I have no more youth to lose. My days are numbered. So
Okay.
the good news is somehow, some way, we are not in the bottom 3. So props to Leeds for keeping us up. 2-1 Newcastle win.
I think it's gonna be a boring 1-1 draw.
2-1 for Wolves.
I'm going to go for a surprise Newcastle win here. 1-0 against Wolves. So Leeds usually start the season pretty well. They're up at home against Watford.
1-0 Leeds win.
2-1 Watford win here.
Michael Owen was talking about the Leeds Academy and saying how he watched Ilan
yeah.
Mele in the
Oh, yeah.
Leeds Academy. Ilan Mele was never in the Leeds Academy. So I don't know who the hell he was watching.
Hey, did anyone call him out for that?
I don't think so. I'm not
I don't
sure.
think so.
Yeah,
It's-
fuck lah. Would have been funny.
I'm also going to go for a Watford win. 1-0.
2-0 Watford win.
Sadly, we still have to mention this game.
Best game.
Oh
the
yes, let's
best
go.
game.
Let's go.
Let's make it quick. Burnley versus Norwich.
Gonna go for Norwich win. Norwich first win of the season.
I really don't like Burnley. If it wasn't already evident in our last season's game when we played the bias nonsense, I'm going to go. But I think this will be a draw though. I'm going to go 1-1 between Burnley and Norwich.
1-1 also.
No, as much as I like Chris Wood, this is a 0-0 for me.
I think you can say you're the biggest Chris Wood fan on YouTube though.
By,
YouTubers.
by default,
Yeah. You've cornered that market really well. Say. there's not much to mention in the championship this time, but Derby's points deduction has already been confirmed. That sends them down to the bottom of the championship to join their rivals Nottingham Forest. It could be a double East Midlands relegation.
Oh, I think I thought how about Fulham hasn't been winning.
I didn't really want to mention that.
Yeah, they're not in the top 2, right? But they're still in the playoff, right?
We are fourth.
Disaster.
Tied with Coventry, not great, I would say.
Dude, the moment Coventry City comes up, I think that's it. Yeah.
They went back to the 1990s.
It's all the medieval teams. Oh no.
I haven't heard that name in a while. Coventry.
I never heard the name at all.
Are they even good?
Who even knows?
They have this Brighton striker on loan, and he's been scoring a lot. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Victor Gyökeres, something like that. Manjun can start.
Yeah, sorry, I'm lagging. Give me a sec. Quite a bad.
How it did really.
41 points, not very good.
Wow,
Saka did well as well. Saka did well. Oh,
Saka.
damn.
Wow.
Yeah, other than that, not too much going on. My bench also not too much going on. So yeah. Oh my god, Martinez, 9 points. What the shit?
Oh man.
Yeah, but
Does the penalty save count for any points?
yes, no, not at all. I don't know.
Don't
Maybe
have
it's a
that
bonus.
one. Yeah, they never
Surely it
count.
should
Yeah.
count, but okay.
Mm.
Well, technically it wasn't a save.
Yeah, not he saved. Interesting.
Yeah, so this week I'll probably have to make a few changes. Cannot have both Liverpool and Man City games players inside. The Leicester players also a bit risky to keep living inside. You know, oh my god, I have 3 Leicester players. That's a disaster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of commitment towards Leicester.
Commitments, yeah. Ayo, Harvey Barnes asking go home lah. Cannot already lah. Probably I'll upgrade my midfield lah. A bit lousy lah. I think my attack is fine, but this boy, this Brazil boy, need to starting again lah.
He out how long, the guy?
I think until October, end October. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Ings also like not really scoring already. ASM cannot carry for long. So yeah, this is the team. Didn't really do very well this week.
I think
Better than mine, confirm.
I think all of us got 40.
Someone got. I know Mark got like Jamie Vardy something
Mark,
like that, right?
Mark got like 50 something, I think.
Yeah, Mark got Jamie Vardy. That's why he.
Oh yeah, last minute
Nice.
I transferred in Jamie Vardy.
Wow, clutch.
Why the random transfer?
How much Jamie Vardy give you?
You mean how much he give Jimmy Vardy?
Whoa, see.
I managed to captain Jamie Vardy also. But
Yeah,
I will
it's-
say, right, when I saw Jamie Vardy had that own goal, right, I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna get -2.
Oh my god, yeah, he get
Luckily,
two
he
more.
managed to score those 2 goals.
But
Oh,
come back.
But I
Yeah.
guess, overall, I think one of my pretty good weeks, although mainly it was Jamie Vardy. Of course, Ismaila Sarr, I think has been the player that I've liked the most so far, has been contributing a lot consistently every week. I don't know how long that's going to continue. But yeah, otherwise my bench also pretty wrecked. So I'm also going to have to transfer soon. But yeah, otherwise, actually, I think in terms of, TAA, Luka Dean and Tierney, I'm quite happy with those 3. Semedo, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think the one I might remove is James Maddison.
Yeah, see, I get him out.
He's not been doing it.
Get him out.
He's like my Harvey Barnes.
Yeah,
man.
worse.
Yeah,
mean,
he was
that's
my
what-
replacement for what's his name, Leandro Trossard, who luckily has not done anything since last week. So
Alan is still there. What about Alan?
Mm.
Alan's still there.
Yeah, but I only got 43. Everyone else is pretty bad.
I think it's the
oh,
Lukaku
got
curse.
Salah.
Wow, your Bruno very sad.
Oh, well, this is a good week for
not
those
sad.
people who don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
Fernandes.
I was telling I willingly sacrificed my FPL. Just missed the penalty. It's okay. Hey, it's okay.
Why not just not have him in your FPL? Then it's win-win.
Cannot. He needs to score hat trick at this moment, at this rate.
Yeah, what if he had tricks against Everton? Then holy moly. Yeah, then I think I brought in Saka, like the Arsenal dude.
Oh damn, yeah. I think
Brought in
he's
as in you've already
You brought in,
done the
ah?
transfer.
Yeah, I made the transfer.
Oh, why not bring Emil
see.
Smith Rowe?
Yeah, I was thinking it's either or, lor, but I think Saka probably have higher chance to start.
Why not Obama Young? I mean, different position.
You know, like he after he score one goal, he'll not score anymore already. I tell you.
Yeah, that one also wild card. Wow.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Quite
Saka-
expensive, right?
I don't know actually.
Nobody's
Because-
been looking at Arsenal players.
Think maybe
right?
7 lah. I think 7.5 lah. Aubameyang. 7.5?
I think more.
More, so good,
Aubameyang quite expensive. I think 9.9.
9.9.
9.9 asking go home lah. That is so price.
He's not worth this price.
That is so humming price. Crazy.
But that's true. Yeah, it's about there.
Crescentio Summerview. You don't.
Oh,
Oh, what's
yeah,
that,
I saw that
Sami?
name and I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
what
yeah.
kind of name is that?
Crescentio Summerview, yeah.
I thought it's some academy dudes, yeah.
You
I
mean,
think
no,
he's oh, he's not, man?
I'm not sure the company. I think they bought him, man. Not sure. Like they bought him into the academy.
Better not do a Michael Owen. Anyhow, call people in their
Oh,
academy.
I saw Crescentio Summerview. So anyhow, one that guy.
Really got funny article the top 10 quotes by Michael Owen. It's really
Oh
hilarious.
wow, there's a top
damn.
10 quotes.
How is he still employed?
He's employed because of his big name, lor.
Owen,
shit.
your mother only know Michael Owen, they Beckham, what? Of course, they have to play Michael Owen.
But tonight got the PSG Man City.
Oh,
yeah.
the the Oi Derby,
Worth watching.
Yeah.
Oi Derby.
Yeah.
The Oi Classico, yeah, see.
Oi Classico,
Oi
yeah.
Classico.
Although interesting to see if Man U will lose to Good Evening.
Oh, they playing good.
Again.
They win. They playing good winning again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, yes.
Ayo. Why their group always so easy,
Yeah.
Got young boys, got Villarreal. Who's the next one also?
But they still lose to Young Boys also. So
Yeah, that one a bit sway lah. That one.
hopefully you've enjoyed our review of Match Week 6 as well as our preview and predictions for Match Week 7. Hopefully you enjoyed that intro as well. I guess probably my sister needs to practice her throwing skills a little bit. Even though we know nothing, hopefully today you learned something to see again after the international break. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.